Te vaya plague, Replicant.
He say you Blade Runner.
Tell him I'm eating.
Captain Bryant, toga. Venio mayo.
Bryant, huh?
Hi, Blade Runner fellow PhilipKDick fans. As I've been doing this illustrated version of the novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and also at the same time comparing the movie to the novel with the way that I illustrate it using clips from the movie, while I was doing that, I began to wonder if Deckard is as good a bounty hunter as he's professed to be.
Got the wrong guy, pal.
There are obvious differences between the novel and the movie, which is most notably communicated through the dialogue between Bryant and Deckard. In the movie, Bryant forces Deckard out of retirement.
I don't work here anymore.
To retire 6 skin jobs, as he calls them, or replicants, the Nexus 6 type. They are so dangerous that their top bounty hunter, or one of their top bounty hunters, David Holden, gets caught out by one of them while doing a Voight-Kampff test and ends up in hospital having spinal reconstruction surgery, courtesy of Leon, or Cadilli, as he's called in the book. In the movie, Bryant states Deckard is the best.
Give it to Holden. He's good.
I did. He can breathe okay as long as nobody unplugs him. It's not good enough. Not good as you. I need you, Dex. This is a bad one. The worst yet. I need the old Blade Runner. I need your magic.
And it is Deckard who recommends David. But David has already failed, so now they need the best they've got. Well, I suppose once David Holden is out of action, perhaps he is the best. In the novel, Bryant is reluctant to send Deckard straight out to retire the androids, as they are called in the novel. We discover that David Holden has been cherry-picking easy cases for Deckard to retire, and Bryant is not confident Deckard is up to the job. This is the first time you'll be acting as senior bounty hunter. Dave knows a lot. He's got years of experience behind him. So have I, Rick said tensely. You've handled assignments devolving to you from Dave's schedule. He's always decided exactly which ones to turn over to you and which not to. The final cut of the movie leads us to believe Deckard is able to uncover a replicant by using the Voight-Kampff test. But it takes much more questions to establish it. However, in the novel, he can be tricked into thinking he has misidentified Rachel as a replicant. She is not an android. Bryant was right. Thank God I didn't go out bounty hunting on the basis of this test. We have you, Mr. Deckard. If you can't agree to that, go on back to San Francisco and admit to your superiors in the department that the Voight-Kampff scale, at least as administered by you, can't distinguish an Andy from a human being, and then look for another job. So he's not confident of his findings. He's also fooled into believing the owl Scrappy is real, even though the Sydney states they are extinct. How would you like to own an owl? It takes one last trick question before he finally figures out he was right and Rachel is an android after all. My briefcase, Rick said as he rummaged for the Voight-Kampff forms. Nice, isn't it? Department issue. Well, said. He stroked the black leather surface of the briefcase. 100% genuine human baby hide. He saw the 2 dial indicators gyrate frantically, but only after a pause. The reaction had come, but too late. He knew the reaction period down to a fraction of a second. The correct reaction period. There should have been none. So the movie sets up Deckard as the best bounty hunter. But in a scene cut from the final movie, he states he didn't know Rachel was a replicant.
It shook me up, her being a replicant and not knowing it.
And that the false memories had made him mistake her for a human.
But Tyrell thought it was cute. He ran scans of her memory implants for me, a proud father showing off the insides of his kid's brain.
Another cut scene of Leon hiding from Deckard in the bathroom made me think that Leon had the drop on Deckard 3 times and very nearly ended him. The only reason he survived was because Rachel came to the rescue. In the novel, also Cadilli, or Leon, tricks Deckard into believing he's the agent sent from the WPO. But Leon takes his time attacking Deckard, giving the bounty hunter time to realise he's Cadilli Polikov, and jams his blaster. The empty taxi rose, and the Russian watched it go absently. I'm Sandor Cadilli, and I can also direct it within certain limits, irrespective of where it's aimed. You're not Polikov, you're Cadilli, Rick said. Don't you mean that's the other way around? You're a bit confused. I mean you're Polikov the android. You're not from Soviet police. Rick, with his toe, pressed the emergency button on the floor of his car. Why won't my laser tube fire? Cadilli Polikov said, switching on and off the miniaturized triggering and aiming device which he held in the palm of his hand. A sine wave, Rick said, that phases out laser emanation and spreads the beam into ordinary light. So in the movie, Leon is in the bathroom and could have attacked him there.
Nothing is worse than having an itch you can never scratch.
I agree.
17, how long do I live?
4 years.
You saw him on the street when he was chasing Lupa or Zora, and then he grabs him by the arm and overpowers him in a fight. If not for Rachel, he would not have made it out alive from that fight.
Wake up. Time to die.
I haven't read The Retirement of Lupa or Zora so far, but in the movie, he pretends to be an inspector, which doesn't fool her at all. Again, she cuts him down by a chop to the throat, and then has him by the throat. Luckily, people walk in, and she makes a run for it, and then is not very good at catching a train, rather trying to hide in the stairwell to the train. Pris, oh my god. I scratch my head over Pris time and again. What the hell? So she almost manages to hide amongst J.F. Sebastian's toys. But he's not sure. So she gets a hefty kick in and knocks him down. Then again, she has him in a headlock and could easily have ended him. Then, unfathomably, she decides not to end him, but rather to trot off and do some gymnastics so he can shoot her. Then there's Roy. So Roy gets him by the hand and breaks 2 of his fingers. He manages to pull his hand through the wall and break his fingers. But rather than finishing him off, he decides to play cat and mouse with him. It's like have a big game with him. And Deckard, after trying to hit him with a pipe and realizing he can't even beat him by hitting him with a pipe, runs away and almost falls off the building. But at that moment, Roy decides he's going to save him from falling. So instead of Deckard falling from the building, we have him sitting and watching Roy's final time to die speech. So again, he's saved. Saved by the very replicant that he's hunting.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. All those moments will be lost in time. Like tears in rain.
Finally, in Blade Runner 2049, Deckard comes to blows with the bounty hunter Kay, who luckily for him doesn't want to hurt him.
Look, I don't want to hurt you, but you're not making it easy.
Kay also is a replicant.
I like this song.
And let us not forget that Rachel also had the drop on Deckard twice, should she have wished to attack him. She surprised him in the lift at his apartment. And she was there with a blaster to shoot Leon. She could also have shot Deckard.
So I waited. Let me help.
What do I need help for?
I don't know why he told you what he did.
Talk to him.
He wouldn't see me.
And just to round it off, there's the capture of Deckard and near drowning while a fight takes place between bounty hunter Kay and replicant Love, who almost beats Kay. So we know how a fight between her and Deckard would have gone. So is Deckard really the best bounty hunter? Or just an okay hunter who is a very lucky guy? His wife seems to also be concerned about his job too, dialing for despair so she can face up to the worry that an android one day might end everything. And I just have no hope left of anything, of our marriage, and you possibly getting killed by one of those Andes. Is that what you want to tell me, Rick? That an Andy got you? Probably ending her hopes to go to Mars as well, but yeah, she's concerned that perhaps he's not very good at his job, and perhaps in the past he's come close to nearly not making it by some of these replicants that he has to retire. So what do you think? Do you think Deckard really was the best bounty hunter for the job? For the top-notch Nexus 6 type replicants?